Day 3 of Detroit Lions 2024 training camp is in the books, and this is the last day that the fans are unable to go. Starting tomorrow, season ticket holders, aka loyal Lions members, can be in attendance. I myself will be there Monday the 29th at 8:30, obviously. Gates open at 7:30. I'll be there at 7:30 or before. So I hope to see you there. May even rock the blue beard, man. It's going to be hot, but I might still rock it. The word of the day is defense for the Detroit Lions. How much has the defense improved? Now, of course, we're in pajamas. We're not in pads, but we want to see, all I want to hear throughout camp is defense, defense, defense. I think after 2 solid years, our offense is solid. We know what they can do. They're only going to get better. As soon as DPJ gets on the same page as Jared Goff, we see what's happening with Jameson Williams, then we're going to be unstoppable, right? The defense is where my concern lies. And it looks like, according to Tim Twentyman, we have something to look forward to when it comes to the defense. This information is coming from DetroitLions.com. Let's try that one more again. Got to use the fancy schmancy transitions. Says red zone day. The team worked out a lot in the red zone Friday. The defense has looked much improved over the first few days of training camp, and that continued today near the end zone. Quarterback Jared Goff and the first team offense found the end zone just once in 4 attempts in the first red zone 7-on-7 drill in practice. Usually that's a drill that's heavily dominated by the offense. It's early, but it gives us a glimpse into how improved this defense, especially the secondary, has the potential to be. That is a good thing. We know that we had one of the worst pass defenses in the league last year, if not the worst. I think it was bottom 4, if I'm not mistaken. The likes of Cam Sutton, Jerry Jacobs, both guys are no longer on the team, upgrading with Carlton Davis III and first-round pick Terrion Arnold. So that is a big deal. Again, not too much from the defensive line, but he's focusing on the secondary, and that is a good thing to see. Now, Craig Reynolds has been on our team for the past couple of years. Remember a couple of years ago when the Detroit Lions were on Hard Knocks, and Dan Campbell asked the coaches, what do you think would happen if we cut Craig Reynolds? And I remember very specifically Deuce Staley saying, the whole team would freak out because Craig is what the Detroit Lions are. He embodies everything about the Detroit Lions, and he is assumed to have that third running back role, but he's going to be competing with the rookie Sione Vaki. So we'll see how that. But how did he stand out today? Here's what Tim had to say. Craig Reynolds has held down the role of third running back number 3 the last couple years, and even with the selection of running back Sione Vaki in this year's NFL draft, Reynolds isn't going to give up easily. That is his best trait, in my opinion. Reynolds is a fighter, undrafted, fought to make the roster, and fought to stay on the roster. So that is without saying. Reynolds has always had good hands, 22 career receptions, but he really showed them off today in the red zone Friday. I had him down for a couple nice touchdown grabs, including one where he beat linebacker Alex Anzalone to the back pylon for a nice pitch and catch from Goff. Vaki had a couple nice grabs too Friday. That will be a fun competition to watch for rows behind David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs at running back. Now, obviously, the rookie's going to make the team. That's beyond a shadow of a doubt, right? But Craig, will he be running back 3 or 4? So I can't wait to go. I hope we get to see some juicy stuff on Monday when we go. Now, just a little bit of cleanup. Jameson Williams did miss today. And also, according to Tim, Christian Mahogany missed his second straight day. So Jameson was ill 2 days ago. So I don't think that the two are related. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but hopefully he'll be fine. Now, what about DJ Reader? DJ Reader was on the PUP list and he was off the PUP list. It looks like he was out there today, but not in the way we think. Says working his way back. It was good to see veteran defensive lineman DJ Reader working off to the side of practice with trainers Fridays. He was running, jumping, and working technique with the dummies. Reader is coming off a torn quadriceps tendon that required surgery. Head coach Dan Campbell said there's no timetable on his return, but it was certainly a good sign seeing him move around the way he was. Friday off to the side of practice. That is a good thing because this guy, again, is coming off those, not back-to-back injuries, but he had an injury. I don't remember if it was the same leg, but the same type of injury he had, and then he came back and had that injury again. So this guy was a huge addition for the Detroit Lions. My only concern was health when we brought him in, and hopefully, I know if he's healthy, he will be a dog. He just got to be healthy, but it was good to see him over. And again, the word of the day is defense. Defense, defense, and more defense. That is what I'm sure we all will be looking at as we head into more preseason stuff and eventually the season. Will the Detroit Lions, if their pass defense upgrades, then you would assume that that would help out the pass rush. And I think it's more of the other way around, but I think they both help each other. What did Tim have to say about the defense? Says defensive gains. Practice ended with the defense winning a situational drill that simulated an end of half or end of game moment. The offense started at their own 46-yard line with just under a minute and a half to go. After a short completion from Goff to wide receiver and Amon-Ra St. Brown on first down, defensive lineman Aleem McNeil recorded a sack to set up 3rd and 12. An 8-yard completion to St. Brown, so he caught both passes, set up a 4th and 4, which the offense couldn't convert after a tip ball over the middle, bounced around, and was touched by 3 different defenders and pass catchers before falling to the ground. So that means you got to get your hands, you got to snag it. Just another example of some early noticeable improvements from the defense. That's fantastic. I wish they would have caught the thing, man, but that's okay because turnovers are going to be a big deal as well. But man, it was touched by 3 people. So it was tipped 1, 2, 3. They couldn't get their hands on it. That is what we like to see. We like to see that. Aleem McNeil was causing pressure last year with 5 sacks. He was the one that changed that whole sequence around. That's what I want to see. I want to see more of that. I want to hear about more. I'm looking forward to hearing about how Broderick Martin is causing havoc, how Mekhi Wingo, how Matthew Betts. Speaking of Matthew Betts, I am hoping that we get something. Where is he at? Where is James Houston at? I know James Houston had an interview with Justin Rogers, but where are these guys at? That's kind of what I want to know, especially with no DJ Reader. You would think that we would be hearing more about Broderick Martin, Mekhi Wingo, James Houston, Matthew Betts. Where are these guys at? That's what I want to know. Those are the guys I want to hear about. We know about Aleem. We know he's also coming up on a payday, so he's going to ball out. Either way, Aleem gonna ball out. DJ Reader got to get back. That will happen. I want to know about the guys that we brought in, okay, that weren't on this team. The Marcus Davenports, I know if he's off the NFI list, then he's probably not going to be active. Anybody who's going to start probably won't be that active. But Aleem was out there. Aleem was out there, and he's a starter. So I want to see, hopefully next week, hopefully tomorrow, but hopefully next Monday when I'm there, I get to see firsthand Matthew Betts, Mekhi Wingo, James Houston, those guys, man, because that's Broderick Martin. That's where my mind is at, that defensive line. But it's good to see about the secondary improving because that will help our defensive line. I'm a strong believer that it matters more with the defensive line. Just case in point, right? Cam Sutton. Cam Sutton is not as good as he got paid to be, right? Who did he have on that defensive line? Highsmith, Hayward, Watt, like absolute dogs, which made Cam Sutton look a lot better than he actually was, right? But if you flip that, you come to the Detroit Lions, we don't have much of a defensive line that was getting to the quarterback on a regular basis. So Cam was getting cooked out there. So he was exposed, if you will. That is why I think it's the other way around. And listen, I say this all the time. A sticky cornerback room that doesn't matter when it comes to Lamar Jackson. Now, Lamar Jackson is an anomaly, but what I mean by that is this. 9.4 seconds to throw the ball has nothing to do with the cornerbacks at all. At all. If you have 9, the average quarterback has 2.4 seconds. Lamar Jackson had 7 extra seconds. Now, of course, again, he's Lamar Jackson. You guys know how I feel about him, but he's still Lamar Jackson. Can move around, all that stuff. Wasn't moving around that much on that specific play. Got to get to the quarterback. That's what I want to hear. That's going to be my entire focus throughout training camp and the preseason as well. So let me know your thoughts about day 3 observations in the comments below. Again, this may be the last time that you're hearing this today because I don't know if I'm going to make another video, but we will be tomorrow at FanaticU, the FanaticU location in Garden City, located on Ford Road and Henry Ruff. We'll be live streaming there for 2 hours between 2 and 4 p.m. Wanted to do it on a Saturday so I know you guys could be off work, so I wanted to make sure you got a chance to come in. We'll be live streaming from there. During that 2 hours, during that live stream, you come in, you get 20% off your Lions apparel, 10% off your other Lions merchandise, exclusively Lions, because that's what I do. But you got to come in while I'm there. All right. So make sure you take advantage of this opportunity as training camp ramps up. If you're downtown or Allen Park and you go to training camp, go have lunch. You can go to some places on Ford Road, man. Stop by before you head back home. Get you some stuff for Monday, man, when the fans can get out there. So let me know. Hope to see you tomorrow. And again, I might even have the blue beard. We'll see. It's going to be hot, so I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea, but we'll see. You guys are awesome, man. This channel is brought to you by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.